My mom has cancer, but I booted her out of my home because of her toxic behavior. Now I'm haunted by guilt and family secrets. My 26 female spouse 29 male and I welcomed my mother 58 female into her home in January of this year because she was diagnosed with breast cancer. This is because where we live in Canada, our city has a cancer center very close by. I work 2 jobs and am the only one being her at-home caretaker. Making her food, preparing her supplements, administering her medication, doing her laundry, etc. My spouse and I have been together for a little over 3 years, unwed. My mother pays us $700 for rent to cover her expenses: groceries, hygiene products, gas, transportation, utilities. She receives a disability check every month around $1,100. Full disclosure, my mom loves to gamble. She always has, and it was a way she bonded with my maternal grandmother. She passed away during COVID. Recently, my mom traveled 9 hours away between chemo treatments back to her hometown, without telling me. She went up there to make some money by selling some of her medication and spent it all gambling, including her disability check. I didn't find this out till later. She lost all her medication and ended up with a dangerous infection, resulting in her being hospitalized and flown back to where we are. I was clearly angry with her and have been upset for weeks. She was stringing me along that her disability check was late and that she would give us her rent money when she has it. By the time we were into the first week of the month, I put my foot down and made sure we called disability together to determine what was going on with the check. She screamed and hollered at me to give her the phone and go away. I knew the check was spent. Mind you, my spouse has been a rock and so patient throughout this entire ordeal. He opened his home to my mother and let go of many things he holds value to as a young adult with his own place: privacy, organization, peace. He did this for me and her because he's a good man, but it was under the agreement that she stay focused on her journey, pay her rent, and lay low. She went off on many drug and gambling benders over the summer, but this final dupe was the last straw. She couldn't even do the one thing my spouse requested of her. So I let her know that she had until the end of the month to find her own place or get assistance from the Cancer Society. Well, the next day was my birthday, and I found 5 unauthorized charges on my debit card. Called the bank and it was an online gambling service. This is where I may be the asshole. I kicked her out indefinitely right then and there and have refused to help her with anything going forward. At this point I'm on the verge of never talking to her again. Am I the asshole for putting her out at a time like this? Would I be the asshole if I never spoke to her again over this? Additional context: I did call the bank to report fraudulent behavior and I have voice verification with my bank. I blocked the card and got a new one that day, and all of my accounts and authorizations are either authenticated through password protection, text or email verification. Photos of identification are not considered legitimate here, and almost all places require 2 pieces of physical aid to get a loan, or access to personal information. I feel confident she is unable to steal my identity because of these verifications and documentation she doesn't have. She also had stage 4 thyroid cancer when I was 5 years old, which is very hard to survive, especially after radiation to the neck and brain. She fought very hard because she obviously didn't want to die, but she told me she couldn't accept that I wouldn't remember her if she did. She had many health struggles after that. I don't even know what her original voice sounded like and have never seen my mom eat a steak or similar foods. So feels like a gray area when it comes to no contact. I understand this may seem like an obvious conclusion to some, but I feel partly to blame if she dies, and at the very least I could help her find a place to live and support her from a distance. Holding this boundary may not make me an asshole, but leaving my mother in the lurch to die when there is something I can still do might be. I appreciate all of your support and various perspectives. Thank you.